Welcome to the Doc G Show, a radio show cluster. Without further ado, critics have said he has the face for radio and a voice for silent films. Your host, Ben Doc G Gordon.
And we are on the air. Welcome to the Doc G Show. I'm your host, Doc G. With me, as always, the one, the only, Mikey Maximus, married with children, Charette. Wait, child.
Married with child, yes.
Let me redo that, Mike. That was,
all right.
Here we go. Oh, come on. Mikey Maximus, the Furnicus, married with child, Charette.
Doc G, what's up, sir?
Whew, gosh, that was almost a disaster, Mike. Can you believe if I wouldn't have pulled that off on the second route, we would have just had to end the show.
Yeah, or I would have had to have a second child immediately.
That would be much more reasonable. You'd be like, I'm going to get to it right now because this first child is easy. It's not even a challenge.
Oh, my God, it is.
It's a bit of a challenge.
It is a bit of a challenge,
It's fatiguing, isn't it, Mike?
It is, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's doing more of that crawling, isn't she?
Yeah, man, she's opening drawers.
Oh, God. Jeez. She's getting curious, Mike. Very curious.
Moving around. It's wild. It's cool.
Now you got to have eyes on her at all times.
Oh, yeah.
All times.
I've started actually working on the ground now. She likes that.
Well, you start thinking about it, Mike. This is where AI could be actually beneficial. You just have a little robot watching her and alert you like, your baby's getting away, and then you're just like, oh, okay.
I'm like, hey, Roomba, just do your job, vacuum.
Exactly. Exactly. I have a different robot to look over my kids.
It's still AI.
It's just
a little bit of an alert.
Mike, I feel like you need to take a break at some point. I'm just going to say that.
So true.
I mean, I feel like your wife does too. Maybe just give the kid to like your parents or something and be like, hey, you take care of this for a while. Have you done that yet?
We give each other breaks. She actually gave me a lot of a break on Friday night. I was out for a long time.
So you owe her right now.
I do. I mean, she got her nails done or something, but I was like, you need to stay out for a few more hours just to balance this out.
Right. Make it even.
Yeah.
You felt like a little bit of a bag, a little too much.
But collectively, though, man, we're nervous. We don't want to let our child be watched by anybody.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
You get a little possessive. I understand. I get possessive about things like making a meal, so it doesn't take too much before I'm like, well, I don't need your help on this.
Yeah, I'll do this. Sir, you're at a restaurant. Hey, but still, let me just go back there and make it myself.
Roll up my sleeves. I'll get this done.
Sir, you're not allowed
trust
back
me,
here.
I have thought about doing that sometime at play, especially like places like Chipotle. It's all there. Just let me put it together. Like, come on, I can do it.
I'll wear a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Gloves.
not, but I will.
I'll glove up. I'll do everything. But, Mike, I've got important stuff that I need to get to here on the show. We get a lot of emails, Mike.
Of course, yes.
We've enjoyed a lot of the emails. Mm-hmm. Turn down emails, And we get some true emails, like business emails. Mm-hmm. And then we get, a few junk emails.
So true.
But I mean, of course, the listeners remember the legitimate emails we've got in the past. I mean, they remember our invitation to the Illuminati, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very real email. Mm-hmm. Very important. Which, by the way, Mike, how about a fall through right there? Right? What the hell? Come on. Where is our actual invitation? We got all excited, and now nothing.
Dang.
Exactly.
What happened?
I don't know. But Mike. One of the other emails, one of the spam emails that we get, this is a lot. We get a lot of emails that are letting us know how to make our show more popular. Okay. Yeah. Which, I mean, is a little confusing, right, Mike? We're already pretty famous.
I know, we are. I did search, by the way, on Spotify, random person's phone. First result,
Yes, listeners, do you hear that? I showed Mike that the other night. And that actually pertains a little bit to this.
Okay,
it pertains a lot.
Don't want to derail
actually.
too much, but I did want to throw that in there before I forgot.
Listeners, if you're a little lost, if you've been listening to us for a long time, you remember that at the beginning of this year, actually, I was very perturbed with Spotify and the fact that when you look up the Doc G Show, we're not there. You put in our name, and it's just all kinds of other things. But now we have achieved it, listeners.
Yes.
You put in the Doc G Show, and we come up.
Number one result.
Yes.
Now we got to get down to the doc, the DOC, and then we search. And then we need to get to be number one.
We need to get to the ability of just putting the in.
Yeah. T.
That's the first. T. We beat out Taylor Swift, and that's it.
It's Taylor Swift then the Doc G Show. I mean, we got to be real.
We don't want Tay-Tay fans to murder us.
No.
But Mike, this does go exactly along with what I was talking about because again, these emails, confusing, as popular as we are like, hey, we're going to make you more popular. And, the other interesting thing, I got to be honest, is like they don't really actually have any evidence that they can do it, Like, I mean, they give us some kind of, some show. They'll be like, oh, this show about welding.
Word.
We increased their listens by 30,000. And you're like, I don't know. Like, they don't actually have something like, hey, Smartless? We're the company. If it wasn't for us, Smartless would just be three dudes talking to a wall. But it's all us. It's all like, no, it's no popular podcast like that, But anyways, Mike, I digress. There, usually these emails, I just go right on through, I mean, most of them are spam. I don't really look at them. But one caught my eye. And like, so they address our popularity in different ways. Like some of them are like, hey, this is how many 5 stars you have relative to episodes. We can increase your listens. Or, hey, these are the areas of the country that we see the most listens. You're missing out on these population point, all kinds of different things. But this one caught my attention because just like we were talking about, Mike, this one that I was looking at was looking at search words.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was looking through this, and first it made the argument of why search words were so important, and they let us know in the email. I don't know if this is true or not, but 70% of podcast listeners discover new shows through search. Through their own search, which basically goes against everything I was saying last week.
So true.
We were talking about the old algorithm last week.
Right.
But regardless, Mike, I'm going to need to see their actual data on that. But I was hooked. I was like, okay, tell me more about this search, right? And so I went through the rest of the article. And I got to be honest, at the end of the article, Mike, they gave us the 3 search words most affiliated with the Doc G Show.
Say what? Interesting.
And I don't know if this is Mike. I kind of hope it isn't, because if it isn't, it's hilarious. So I'm torn, because obviously it's not good for people finding our show, but it's pretty funny. Mike, okay, I'll give them to you in reverse. Here's our top 3. So the first one's not really... Well, before I actually get into the top 3, if you were to think of the top 3 words, right, what would you think? Maybe bidets? Maybe Taco Bell? A little Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Maybe Selena Gomez, right? That'd be things I would think of.
Good smelling podcasts.
Delicious smells. Maybe we're more serious, Mike. Maybe it's just like comedy, entertainment, music, something along pop culture, No. None of those. Here's the third one, Mike. This one just makes no sense. It's not really funny, and it's just sort of weird. The third one, creators of Strange Air. Yeah.
Strange Air.
Yeah, so I didn't know this, Mike, but apparently there was a podcast named Strange Air. And apparently the podcast named Strange Air was based on the radio show called Strange Air. And it was about a dude that looked into, like, paranormal activity. And apparently one night on a live radio show, he just vanished. And so the podcast was about that.
Word.
And so I don't know why we come up when people are looking for the creators of Strange Air. And I can only guess creators of Strange Air, they had another podcast after it, and a lot of their promos, Mike, said from the creators of Strange Air. That's the only thing I could find, Mike, and I have no clue why we would be connected to that.
Well, two white guys, or I imagine.
I don't think so. I think it was a lady that hosted it.
Oh, well, never mind.
I don't know. But number 2, Mike, this one is a little bit more down our alley, and I think we can lean into it if this is what people are finding us on. Number 2, diner culture.
Yes, we do talk a little bit about.
Well, Mike, you remember, I mean, when we talked about supper clubs.
Yeah.
That's not really a diner, but it's in the same vein.
It is.
Right? It's in the same neighborhood.
For sure.
So if the listeners, if you want us to lean in, we'll lean in. Every episode, we will give you an update on a new diner in this country.
Sweet.
Yeah, all
the diner you can handle. Breakfast, meatloaf, club sandwiches, everything diners are known for. Now, number 1, Mike, this one was the one that made me chuckle. I was just like, what? How? Number 1, lawn maintenance.
Lawn maintenance. Of course.
So when people search on Spotify and Apple for lawn maintenance, they end up on us.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because I'm in Vegas.
Which only makes sense, right, Mike?
Right.
I mean, a podcast with 2 dudes that don't have lawns, that don't own houses, that have never really mentioned lawns ever on this podcast.
No.
Why wouldn't people come here for lawn maintenance?
Of course.
I gotta, like I said, Mike, if this is actually true, Apple and Spotify's algorithm sucks even harder than I thought. Like, why the would they end up on our podcast with lawn? There's nothing in the bio. There's nothing in a single show. We never even talked about, like, the closest we could be is, like, plants. We one time talked about you liking plants, Mike. That's it. That's all. Like, where would lawn maintenance come in? I have no idea. But you know what, Mike? If that's what people are looking for, by all means, we got to give them what they want.
Yeah, we do.
So you know what? Here's a lawn tip, guys. I looked this up for you. This is the lawn tip for the listeners out there. You want a good lawn? Here you go. You got to start at the roots. The roots of the grass. And I'm talking about the soil, listeners. You got to look into what type of soil you have. If you don't match your soil to your grass, you're never going to have a good lawn.
Ooh.
Ever. There you go.
I mean, how do you change the soil in grass, though?
You change your grass, Mike.
You have to change the grass.
You got to match the grass to the soil.
Okay.
That's right.
Different grass for different soils. Whether you have a clay soil, you got a high acidity soil, you got a sandy soil, you got to match the soil, listeners.
Okay.
Now, for all you lawn maintenance fans, you've been waiting for that. You better hit that 5-star button. hit it right now. We just gave you the straight facts, okay? For everybody else, I apologize for wasting your time for just 2 minutes there. Now, Mike, are you ready to fire up this beautifying lawn show?
Let's fire up this show, Doc G.
All 3 engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and lift off.
Woo! Lawns, lawn maintenance.
Yeah,
There
I
we
love
go.
it.
I just had to feed the algorithm
Yeah.
there. There we go. Mike, regardless of lawn, well, actually, no, along with lawns, our guest today loves lawns. He takes care of his lawn because he's a family man.
He is.
Steve Trevino. My goodness. Fantastic fella. A family guy through and through. I mean, I honestly, all the stuff that he does family-wise, I'm like, how the crap does he have time to do all the comedy stuff? You ask him that.
I wanted, yeah.
You know, I mean, like, honestly, he does. He came in, I don't want to say
I think he was taking care of his lawn.
He was. That's what he said. He came in. He was, and don't take this the wrong way, listeners. It was a time zone mistake. But he was late for the interview, and that's what he was doing when he was late for the interview. Was taking care of his yard.
Mm-hmm.
That's this dude. And then he's got like 5 different sports that he coaches for his son. I'm sure he'll do the same thing for his daughter. It's bananas, Mike.
Yeah.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
Just a nice guy, you know?
Nice guy, yeah.
Just a
He's
super
cool.
nice guy. He is coming here to Florida, Tampa, August 22nd and 23rd, and then he's hopping across the state, and he's performing the next week in Fort Lauderdale. Regular listeners of the show. So Fort Lauderdale listeners, make sure you get out there. He is living the good life, and thus his tour is the Good Life Tour. So there we go. But before we get to Steve, Mike, we need to start where we start.
Birthday suit.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
This one, I am a 99.9er on this one.
Sweet.
Now, the other two, Mike, much lower. But this first one, you got it. Here we go. Born on July 30th, 1947, our birthday suit wearer was the Terminator. Name that birthday suit wearer.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is correct, Mike. My goodness. What do you think? Give a guess, Mike. What do you think? I know you didn't remember the year there. What do you think he's turning?
Did you say the year?
I think I did. It's in my notes. I have it right here. Yeah.
I don't know. Like 80?
Close. Very close. 78.
78.
78.
Wow.
Looks pretty good for 78.
Yeah.
And, you know, he doesn't advertise it, keeps it on the low, but Arnold's had a lot of heart issues.
Yeah.
Lot of valves. He's had, like I don't know, like 6 surgeries or something like that.
Ugh.
And one of them was like a real serious surgery. Like, he had to relearn how to breathe. He had, like, intensive therapy with it. It was crazy, you know? But I'll tell you, too, that dude has done some stuff, man.
Yeah, he has.
My Lord. You know how many times he won Mr. Olympia, which, of course, is the biggest bodybuilding competition in the world?
Quite a few. Didn't he win it, like, I want to say 8 times?
Very close.
7 times.
7 times.
Yeah.
7 times, Mike.
He got bored of winning it. He was
yeah,
like,
and I mean, he had
what's
the
next?
comeback. He won it in 1980, and then didn't compete again until 85, and won it in 85 again. That was the last time he won it, was 85. But and I mean, you know, you think about that. He was almost 40 when he won it that last time. Just
Wow.
killing the game. But then, of course, he's been in all kinds of movies: Terminator, Terminator 2, Total Recall, Predator, True Lies. Then, of course, he was the governor of California. And I got to be honest, Mike, I had no idea how much money Arnold was worth. Like, that dude has done some good investing over his career as well.
Yeah.
How much do you think he's worth? Net worth there.
Man, I want to guess like he's not a billionaire. I mean, he doesn't have companies, but yeah, I would say like 500 million. What do you think? What is it?
1.3 billion.
Oh, 1.3 billion. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. My eyes opened when I saw a billion. I was like, what? That's crazy, man.
Well, I know like he was definitely in real estate before he got into acting, and that's why he was like, I love the Netflix documentary, but that's why he was like just taking the headliner roles. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna, I've got enough money, I'm only gonna take these main characters only.
Exactly, man. He is, you look for a guy that's he's gonna be pragmatic, but at the same time he's gonna be enthusiastic and optimistic. That's Arnold.
Doc G, why do you think he's had so many heart surgeries? I mean, he stayed
steroids.
Steroids. Okay.
I mean, he used them for a good 14 years.
Okay.
You use steroids for that long, it dramatically increases your risk for cardiovascular disease.
Really? Okay.
Takes its toll, but anyways, he is living the good life. He's got many horses. He's got donkeys. He's just, he's got billions of dollars.
Smoking cigars, driving around in tanks.
Enjoying life, Mike. Enjoying life.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, Arnold. Happy birthday to the Terminator. Mike, are you ready to rip some headlines?
Let's rip some headlines, Doc G.
It's now time for Rip from the Headlines.
All right, Mike, this first headline, tailor-made for the show. This is from Tasting Table. Here's the headline. The Taco Bell sandwich that was discontinued in the 90s and caused a protest. Mike, we talked about this. I don't know if you remember this.
Nope.
But I feel like the author of this article, Courtney Eisman, must be a listener.
So true.
To the Taco Bell show. And I mean this show, not the other Taco Bell podcast that Mike found that there's apparently 48 of them out there.
Taco Bell.
Yes. Now, Mike, do you remember? You probably don't remember the name. Do you remember the name of the sandwich?
No.
Do you remember what the sandwich is?
I feel like bacon was on it.
No. It's sort of, it's like a sloppy Joe, Mike. Essentially, it's on hamburger buns, but it's with Taco Bell meat. They throw the Taco Bell meat on there. You put a little cheese on there. You put the diced onion on there. Now, here's what I was thinking, Mike. They never had this on their actual burger or sandwich. They never had sour cream. I think putting sour cream on that mofo, ooh, that'd kick it up a notch, But it's if you don't remember, listeners, if you're like Mike, it's the Bell Beefer.
Woohoo! Bell Beefer.
The Bell Beefer was this sandwich, Mike. And like the headline says, there is a petition to get this back out there. Now, is the reception to the petition strong? No. I'm going to go ahead and say, Mike, not a lot of action on this petition. So I went on, this is on change.org, because this is an important topic, Mike. Got to make sure this change is enacted. This was started by Timothy Ellison. And Timothy Ellison, he started this petition. How many signatures do you think we have, Mike?
I'm going to say 200.
You're pretty close. 165. 165.
Not a lot.
Mike.
Not enough to make any change.
No, that's not going to really get the people at the old Taco Bell headquarters in gear, Yeah. And I looked, Mike, there were only 2 comments to the petition, and they were from over a year ago. And I was like, it's not good.
Enough.
But you know what? Regardless, I signed it, guys. So it may be a slow build, but I signed it. I want to see it happen. Now,
I do too.
I was thinking about this, Mike. You know who they need to get behind this?
Selena Gomez.
Amen, man. I mean, think about that. She puts out a call to keep the Bell Beefer on her Instagram. 418 million folks that follow her see that.
We can get that up to at least 500 signatures.
Oh, it's more than that. There are
I'm joking.
There are some diehard gonad followers that are like, I'm getting it. We are following this thing. We are getting the Bell Beefer back. Which, by the way, Mike, when I thought about this, I had to go down just a teenth of a Gomez rabbit hole. And I looked up a headline, and I actually saw, Mike, there's a new headline out there that she has a weird request for dessert at her wedding. I was really hoping it was a Bell Beefer. It was not a Bell Beefer, Mike. Do you have any guesses what her dessert for her wedding would be? Think not dessert, honestly.
Oh, okay. But sweet.
Not really.
No. Like those little cinnamon twists? No.
She said instead of cake, she would really prefer her Nana's biscuits and gravy.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
Biscuits and gravy. Let me preface what I'm getting ready to say with the fact that I'm a dude that if I could eat biscuits and gravy like every 10 minutes of my life, I would, because they're delicious. So
Yeah, they are.
no judgment in that way.
No.
But I gotta say, my girl Selena here was diagnosed with small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. SIBO is the gastrointestinal disorder she has. And she was like, you think I give a pass me the biscuits and gravy. Let's get this. Like, I mean, you know, she doesn't really seem to let that slow her down. She's not really concerned. She's like, Taco Bell? Yeah. Biscuits and gravy? You know it. Nachos all day. Like, she, I mean, maybe it's just a thing in the media, you know? Maybe, like, when she's home, she's just eating garden salad and veggies every single time. Yeah, I don't know, but, like, it's amazing, too. Like, that's one of the main things that's always in these stories, Mike, is just like, hey, here's the horrible things I eat. Like, she has her new, I don't know if you saw this, she has a new Oreo, Mike.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. She has an Oreo, and it's like cinnamon and chocolate
weird. Yeah,
together.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy, Mike. We'll dive into that next week. You know what? I'll save that one for next week. I might come back with a taste test. I hope
did
so.
The Coca-Cola Oreos.
Ooh,
I regret it.
That was a bad one. Yeah, that did not.
And
end.
I tried this was when it was too much because I got the Coca-Cola Oreos with the Oreo Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Now, which one? I forget which one. Didn't you say the Coke was better? Which one was better?
It might have been the Coke, yeah, because the Oreos were weird.
Because I feel like the Oreo flavored Coke would sort of give you vibes of like a Coke float, which is pretty delicious. Yeah, but I don't really know
really weird. Both of them were really weird. I didn't walk away feeling like I enjoyed either. But I think the Coke might have been slightly less worse tasting than the Oreos.
Yeah. Mike, we need to take a break. We are going to be right back here on the Doc G Show. And we are back here on the Doc G Show, Spinnaker Radio, WSKRLP 95.5 FM in Jacksonville, Florida. Mike, what do the listeners need to do to keep that lawn maintenance algorithm going?
Huh?
Well, if they feel so inclined, they should please leave us a 5-star review on any of the 33 billion platforms that we are on, that we stream the show from. We're on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, Pandora, Sirius. Leave us a 5-star review. Follow the show. We would appreciate it.
Amen, Mike. We would appreciate it a lot. Time is a ticking, listeners, for
It is.
for those folks out there that ask me to interview those particular comedians that you were very interested in me interviewing. They have not responded. So I will give them one more week, which I highly doubt they will respond. But I'm giving them one more week, listeners, and then we are unleashing the list of people that did not respond, and it's, again, not our fault. We tried, listeners. We tried to make it happen, okay? So, just want to throw that out there. Mike, we need to thank the 5 stars. You ready?
We do, yes.
Here we go. Shout out to Tulsa, Oklahoma, Peoria, Illinois, Katy, Texas, Toms River, New Jersey, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Richardson, Texas, Asheville, North Carolina, Los Angeles, California, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Genoa, Italy, Athens, Georgia, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Chicago, Illinois, Boynton, Virginia, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Columbus, Ohio, Falkenstein, Germany, Jacksonville, Florida, Columbia, South Carolina, Radford, Virginia, Gainesville, Florida, Barcelona, Spain, Winfield, West Virginia, Frankfurt, Germany, Fort Worth, Texas, Boardman, Oregon, Phoenix, Arizona, Biloxi, Mississippi, Anoka, Minnesota, Ashburn, Virginia, Puricai, Brazil, San Diego, California, Dublin, Ireland. There we go. A couple of mistakes, Mike, but you know what? Every now and then. You can't, I just made this up. You can't run a marathon without tripping some. That's a saying that I made up that sucks.
Sweet.
So there you go. Mike, 4 stars. Are you ready? Here we go. First off, Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. Mike, the listens in Charlotte, I don't know what went down this week, but my goodness, they skyrocketed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those folks
Thank you, Charlotte.
in Charlotte were getting it. I like Charlotte, Mike. I've stayed there multiple times. And I lived, not too far from there, about an hour and a half for several years. So, very nice. Shout out to Charlotte. Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to Richmond. Shout out to MIA, Miami, Florida. Shout out to West Palm Beach, Florida, right up the road from them. Shout out to Flint, Michigan, Mike. Flint, Michigan was getting it. Hope that water situation has been solved out there, guys.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, last I checked, it hadn't really. It, mostly corrected itself, pretty much, but there were still some issues, so I don't know. I could just be behind the times. But you know what? Give us a comment if it isn't good, guys. Give us a comment like, hey, our water still sucks, and I'll be like, all right, check. Thanks, Flint, Michigan. Anchorage, Alaska, Mike. Anchorage was getting some listens. Never been to Alaska. You ever been to Alaska?
No, but we were talking about driving there, but then I actually did the research on driving to Alaska, and I don't think we're ever going to do that.
That is a long drive and a treacherous drive.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of parts that are...
There are some uninhabited areas.
Yeah.
Uninhabited, there's got to be some spaces in between gas stations there for a very long time at some spots.
Yeah.
And some places that if you broke down in some of that wilderness of Canada, there's nothing out there. You got nothing to help you, But it's still, that'd be an adventure.
It'd be a very scenic drive. That's what people say. It's very scenic, but...
Maybe you need something I don't know, Mike. Maybe this would make me feel at ease, even though it wouldn't really help that much. But getting a hybrid car that you could that you can go solely on the electric side, and then having a giant pack of solar panels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that way hey, never going to get actually fully stranded, Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because that would be my main concern. Because, like, other things, I mean, you got a spare tire. You got other things like that.
Yeah,
so.
They say you need, like, an extra gas tank and then, obviously emergency food. Hey, Doc G, I know it's controversial, but would you have a Starlink phone with you? No? All right.
That. Not anything from that
Gotcha.
guy ever. I told you. Never. Mm-mm.
No. All right.
Rather die in the wilderness.
Okay.
Not really, Mike. I would change my tune 1,000%. If I was in that wilderness about to die, I'd be like, "Give it to me now! I'm so sorry." That's because I have no integrity, Mike.
Yeah.
Anywho, where were we? Oh.
Anchorage. Yeah.
New Orleans, Louisiana. Nice. Shout out to New Orleans. Shout out to Atlanta, Georgia, the old Hotlanta, mecca of Peach City. Mike, one more week. One more week for these guys. St. George, Grenada. Yeah. Or Grenada. Again, I haven't pinned that down. Listeners,
Grenada.
Yeah, tomato. When I guys in St. George, if you continue to listen next week, when you hit the regulars, I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna do some research on YouTube, find out how to actually pronounce your country. What do you think about that?
There we go.
Then I'm also gonna find out some highlights about St. George. There's got to be some good stuff there, Mike. That's a fun tropical area right there.
Yeah.
Lastly, two more, Mike. Two very regular, semi-regulars here. Portland, Oregon. Shout out to Portland. And then lastly, Madison, Wisconsin. Mike, we need to take a break. We need to get to the interview with Steve Trevino right here on the Doc G Show. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We are super excited to have a tremendous comedian on the show whose most recent special, Simple Man, is streaming on Netflix. He is going to be in Tampa at the Funny Bone August 22nd and 23rd, 2 shows, both of those days. And then in Fort Lauderdale, the 30th and the 31st at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. He is living the good life. Mr. Steve Trevino. Steve, how are you, sir?
Dude, I need to steal that clip, and that's my new intro. Like, you nailed that better than a strip club DJ. That was amazing.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. I've got some practice,
I always
Steve.
And Mike's a comic, right? I always like when comics come to me and they go, "Oh, what do you want me to say?" And I'm like, dude, does it matter? does it really matter?
You got to choose like how much you want sometimes, because that's the thing is I think sometimes like we'll have big musicians come on the show and they've got so many accolades that eventually I'm like, all right, I gotta cut some of this. They're gonna get bored in the middle of this if I just keep going
of their entire freaking catalog of what they've done in life. I mean, I was on the radio one time with Mike Epps years ago, and I was in there just boom, 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 boom. And the DJ goes, "Oh my God, you're so funny, Mike. Why won't you be funny?" And Mike goes, "Because I'm famous." I go,
Doesn't have to
he's
work.
right. Yeah, I go, I have to be funny to convince people to come and see me. You just have to be Mike Epps. So I had to turn it on for you.
I'll be honest, it's a skill I wish I had, being Mike Epps. That'd be a nice skill to have.
Now with this Netflix special, man, it's pretty wild, fame, right? I mean, it's gotten to another level, and I never intended to be famous, never wanted to be famous, just wanted to do stand up. And, we're starting to, cool things have happened, right? I mean, celebrities have reached out that have become fans, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the worst thing about fame is the pineapple people. You know these people?
No.
The upside down pineapple people?
Oh, those people. Yes, I do know those people. Okay.
They want to have sex with me and my wife. And I'm like, okay, first of all, me and my wife don't have sex, number one. Number two, like, I don't want to have to make an effort again. Like,
I don't have to get to know these people. Come on.
Like, and not only that, I'm like, my wife is judgy. I can't imagine having sex in front of her and just having her watch going, no, that's it. That's all he does. Yeah, that's his move. He's almost done. No, he doesn't hold himself up,
She's taking notes while you're doing it's a bad performance tonight. This is worse than normal. Well, two things about the intro. One, you've got a week between the Tampa shows and the Fort Lauderdale shows. So are you going to fly right back to Texas, or are you actually staying in Florida in between those shows?
I have to fly back. And the reason being is because I am doing a charity that Friday. I think it's Friday. We're raising money for the Ronald McDonald House, and we're raising money for Driscoll Children's Hospital. So I have to go back and do that charity to make sure that we're doing a celebrity softball tournament. I'm the host. I got to be there. And I just want to make sure I'm there to do that. And, I always tell people, kids and veterans, I'm a sucker for. I'm on it.
I was about to say that. I mean, I don't know anybody out there that can argue that one. And it's like, you should be in Florida. What are you doing helping kids? Come on.
Yeah, loser. Why don't you just want to hang out in freaking Florida?
Well, now, the second thing I wanted to ask you, as far as in that title, the title of your special, Simple Man. I know you're a big music fan. Was that influenced by Lynyrd Skynyrd, would you say?
A little bit. Little influence from Lynyrd Skynyrd, but just I said a line in my act where I said, look, I'm just a simple man. I don't need much, and you always try to find something, and that special in particular is a kind of a love letter to my dad. My dad is a hardworking guy. I wouldn't be the man I am today without him, and that special was really talking about the hardworking man, and then also dealing with, as a guy that tells jokes for a living who makes a lot of money doing it, how do I then raise my kid? So to me, that's just being a simple man. And then of course Lynyrd Skynyrd, and then my buddy, I don't know if you heard the intro song, Brian Martin. That song by Brian, we couldn't afford Lynyrd Skynyrd's Simple Man. So no offense, Brian Martin, but Brian had a great song that also talked about being a dad and being a hardworking guy. So it fit. And the most beautiful part about it, and I don't know if you've seen the special, we had all the fans send in pictures of their hardworking friends, family, siblings, whatever, and the credits roll, and there's just all these hardworking people back there. And that's why I do it, right? Is can I make you laugh? Can you come out? Can you forget about the hardworking life that you live for just an hour? I don't do politics. I love this country. I love God. I love making you laugh. Come on out, join me. Let's talk about my family. Let's talk about my wife, and let's all realize that we're the same.
Yeah, exactly.
I laugh about divorce. I couldn't put up with her. I had to get a divorce. You're just gonna get another one. They're the same. So just deal with the one you already got. It's cheaper.
Well, now, I mean, to go back real quick though, on the music side of things, you're a pretty big music fan. I heard you've got your own recording studio. You bought into a recording studio there in town.
I wish I could say I bought in. I bought it, and it is my music studio. And living in New Braunfels, Texas, there's so many amazing musicians that live here already. In my neighborhood, and one of my good friends we're eating dinner tonight. A guy named John Michael. John Michael is George Strait's keyboard player. In my neighborhood, good friend is Parker McCullum's guitarist, Alex Whedon.
Yeah.
So it's a big music town. Renee and I were looking for a place to do our podcast. We walked into that studio. I came home and I said, "Hey, we're in the music business." So that's how that went down. And it's been a lot of fun. I think musicians want to be comedians and comedians want to be musicians. So I think there's a general kind of respect and love for each other.
Absolutely. I heard actually in another interview you were talking about, I think it was your days back in LA where you were working and Anthony Kiedis walked in and Dr. Dre walked in. Were those guys big fans of comedy? Could you tell?
Oh, they loved it. And the weird part is at the Comedy Store, they come in once, and then for whatever reason, they're now ours for the next 3 months. They're just there every day. And then at first you're like, "Oh my God, that's Anthony Kiedis." And then you're like, the next day you go, "Oh man, I got to listen to Anthony Kiedis tell a story." And then the next day you're like, "Oh my God, Anthony Kiedis talked to me." And then by month 3, you're like, "Ugh, there's Anthony Kiedis." Because they're just there.
Is he telling the underwear story again? God.
Well, what I thought was crazy about Kiedis, he talks like he does in the music videos, like he's talking to you and he's doing like, you know what I mean, man? And
give it away now.
And the whole time I'm just like, oh my God, this is real. He didn't make it like it's not an act. It's what he is. But that was what's so great about the Comedy Store, right? Is guys like Dr. Dre and Shaquille O'Neal and
Mike would have freaked out on the Shaquille O'Neal. He would have been jazzed.
Oh man, I mean the Shaqs and the what's his name? The director of Django. Pulp
Quentin
Fiction.
Tarantino.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino. And then you walk off stage and they're like, "Hey man, great set." And then you walk off and go, "Oh, I'm gonna get a phone call. I'm gonna be in a Quentin Tarantino movie for sure." And then nothing happens ever.
Come on, Steve was waiting to be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Jeez.
Have there been any guys who have gotten picked up after doing sets at the Comedy Store like that? I mean, Quentin Tarantino, somebody's like, I mean, they're always shopping for characters.
Man, I got really lucky that David Arquette saw me one night. And David Arquette and I teamed up and he gave me a sitcom deal. And it was through Courtney Cox's company. For 3 months, I worked on a show with David Arquette and Courtney Cox, and that was pretty surreal to be in a room with Courtney Cox, Monica from Friends, and Dewey, right, from Scream, and But yeah, I mean that was all because I was on stage at the Comedy Store. David Arquette was there, and we were this close to getting on TBS because at that time. She was doing.
When was that?
She was doing Cougar Town. So
okay, like 2004, 5.
No, it was more like 10. Like 2010.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was later. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But they said the show wasn't Mexican enough. So we were not Mexican enough for TBS to get on the show.
They were looking for the stereotype.
100%. 100%. They were looking for the piñata jokes. And the taco jokes, and I just don't do that.
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, going back to the original there, as far as the actual stand-up, I heard it was your dad and his friends watching Richard Pryor that was the first taste of stand-up.
Life-changing moment for me. I was a little kid. I always tell people, my dad and my uncles are the toughest men you'll ever meet in your life. I mean, they're all Vietnam vets. Some of them are in biker gangs. I mean, these are tough men. They're very quick to get in a fight, very quick to stab somebody. I mean, these are the men I grew up with, and refinery workers and welders and pipe fitters, and they were always outside, and the women were inside. And for the first time, they were all inside together, and I was like, okay, something's going on. And they were just laughing, and it was Richard Pryor. And I thought to myself, whatever that dude's doing, I'm gonna do it.
You're like, how are they getting these hard to laugh? What's going on?
And not only that, how are they getting these to sit down and hang out with their wife? Like, this is amazing. And then it ingrained in my head. And then after that, it was how could I find stand-up?
Yeah.
You know, and my cousins who had the Cool House. I don't know if you grew up with the relatives that had, or you might have been the Cool House, but my cousins had the Cool House, the ping pong table. You know, they were the first ones
fun
to get
stuff. Oh,
yeah, they were the first ones to get a Atari, first ones to get in television.
Nice.
You know, they had a video camera, the first ones to get a VCR. So they had recorded Eddie Murphy Raw on a VHS, and I stole it. And I'd go to my house, and I literally, to the point where you couldn't even see Eddie anymore because I had worn the tape out, and you could just hear it. So then all of a sudden, you know, the talent show comes, and the teacher's like, okay, we're doing talent show auditions. And I showed up, and I regurgitated Eddie Murphy Raw, and my parents got called to the principal's office. But
I was about to say, I was like, you did you censor yourself on that?
No, I was literally doing it verbatim. And I just remember looking at, and I'll never forget her, Miss Mute, because she's still such a wonderful person to me. I remember her face just like, so she pulls me aside and she says, I love what you're doing. I love that you have confidence to do it. I'm going to give you jokes that are 9-year-old appropriate. And you get to do stand-up. Now, here's the crazy part. There was another kid who was a year older than me. He was doing stand-up with me. I want to know where that kid is.
You never, you haven't been able to really keep up with him, because I mean, I know you're from a fairly small town.
Any town, yeah. Never knew what happened to him or where he went, and I mean, my road manager has been my friend since 2nd grade. I mean, we're all from the same town, and my wife's from the same little town, but yeah, I mean, it was for me. There was no other option, right? I mean, it's like I'm going to be a comedian.
It's funny, you know, you brought up the getting sent to the principals. I actually did the exact same thing, except mine was rapping Dr. Dre to my class. Nice. I rapped Nothing But a G Thing, got to the chorus, and got sent to the principals. And surprisingly, though, I did not become a hip-hop artist like you became a comedian. Now, you mentioned, like, she gave you jokes. When did you write your first joke yourself?
By 4th grade. By 4th grade, I was hosting the talent show now, and I was introducing every act. They would let me do that. And then I was writing material, and
wow.
One of my first jokes, my real name is Esteban Trevino. And Esteban in Spanish is Steve in English. And I did not know that was my name because my dad hated my mom, and decided he was going to call me Steve. But he also wasn't there to name me because he was drunk. So it's a complicated thing, but I was always Steve. And my first joke, I said, I always know I'm in trouble because my mom will call me by my first name, my real name, Esteban. And I would go, oh no, I'm in trouble, right? I say, you know, so all my jokes were like, you know, my mom would say things like, if you fall out of that tree and break your leg, I'm going to spank you. And I'm like, well, I already broke my leg. But so that was the material I was doing. But, you know, and Mike, I don't know how it was for you, man, but I truly believe it's a calling. Like you just, you know, people talk about like a calling to God or a calling to be a priest or a calling to be a police officer or a teacher. It called to me. It's what I wanted to do. And there was no option other than I'm doing stand-up.
Were you always a storyteller style comedian, or were like, I mean, because it sounds like, I mean, like with your mom's stories there, it's still like a mini story. You're talking about your life. There wasn't like, you weren't doing like a lot of impersonations or like one-liners or things like that.
Well, yes, I've always told stories, but you know, kind of in my 20s, you know, when I was single, it was also very physical, very loud, very aggressive. The stories were about me chasing chicks in a bar, how many times I've been drunk or fallen off of a ladder or rappelling from a hotel, you know, whatever. But the stories were not as wholesome as they are today, which is, you know, but they're still
makes sense.
But I still believe that my stories still have an edge because I'm very honest about my marriage. I'm very honest about raising kids. It's not just the, oh, my marriage is great. It's the, this is what drives me crazy about this situation I'm in. And
the highs and the lows.
The highs and the lows. And, there's a moment in this set right now where I talk about basically one day of my life and raising kids and having a wife and doing all those things. But then I look at the audience and I go, I've never been happier. Like, I am the happiest I've ever been.
You find happiness in the chaos.
I did. I love being a dad. I love being the husband to my wife. But I also hate putting up with all the BS that comes with it. But at the same time, I step back and I go, man, I'm happier than ever. I'm more secure than ever.
In a little bit, it's a bit of analogy to comedy and the fact that you love being on stage, hate putting up with the BS of having to deal with them wanting you to be the stereotypical Mexican, or you being traveling to shows, you getting stuck in airports, things like that.
And that's what the great part about is the way that my career has gone is I call the shots. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife produce our specials. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife control our podcast. Me and my wife, nobody writes my material but me. Nobody tells me how to perform my material. So I've kind of gone rogue in the fact that I'm outside of the system. Yeah. And at first I hated it. At first I was like, man, am I ever going to get commercial success? Am I ever going to get that, TV show, that commercial? And now I'm like, man, like I said, I'm happier than ever.
How long have you been rogue?
I've had to be rogue since I'll tell you the story that kind of took me there. I filmed a special for Showtime, actually the same time that the same exact run of specials was me and Sebastian Maniscalco, along with several others. Mm-hmm. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm going to be on Showtime. I have a 1 hour Showtime special. This is it, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna blow up.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, they played my special for Cinco de Mayo weekend, and then they played my special in September, which is Mexican Independence Month, and that was it. They never played my special again. Meanwhile, I'm watching my friend Sebastian, who is deservingly so one of the biggest comedians in the world. I'm watching him get played on the same special that we both recorded, same day, same purchase. They're playing his almost every single day, all the time. And I got put into this, oh, you're for Cinco de Mayo and you're for Mexican Independence Month. So that was the moment that I looked at my wife and I said, we can't play their game anymore. We have to do it on our own.
That has to be such a high and a low for a comedian. The fact that you had been going for like 15 years at that point, and you get that special, like you said, which is the thing for a comedian. You've got your own special, and that time there aren't really any other places to get specials. It's HBO or Showtime. Like that's it. Yep. And so, and then you think, you had to have the idea, we're taking off. And then all of a sudden, and what was the low like after that you're like, so nothing's going to happen? Did you, dude, you said you didn't have any other option, but did you ever actually think of maybe this isn't what I'm doing?
Yeah. There was, I strictly remember after that, they had a Latino showcase. Mm-hmm. And I was on that Latino showcase and I absolutely murdered. And I left and I told my wife, I said, man, I smoked everybody. Nobody even came close. There was another guy, and I don't want to name his names. He was probably the most stereotypical comedian on the bill. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden I find out that I did not get a phone call, but this guy has a show deal. And I looked at my wife and I said, look, in order to survive, maybe I need to do the taco jokes. Maybe I need to be the next George Lopez. Mm-hmm. And thank God for my wife. And she said, no, be you and do you. And we're going to do this on our own. So I have moments in my career, and I still do, where, man, I'm way down and I'm going, man, F this business and F them and, let's just quit. But then something inside of me, maybe it's my dad or my work ethic that comes in me and says, F that. They're not going to stop you. You're going to do it. You deserve to do it. You're funny. So the next one was relatable. We self-produced it. self-created it. That one went viral, completely changed my life. I thought to myself, yes, right? We went viral. I've got 240 million views. 240 million views. I've gone viral. They're for sure going to offer me another one. Never came.
That's ridiculous.
So we did it again. Now, Simple Man, top 10, went all the way to number 2. I am the top 5 most viewed comedians on Netflix of last year. I have not gotten another offer. Nobody's calling. Nobody's saying, hey, Steve, we got to give you another special. However, because I know the numbers, I'm watching other people who I beat numbers-wise get their second special, their third special. I'm seeing them get TV shows. And yet here I am again going, all right, babe, let's do it again. We'll self-produce again. We'll continue to sell tickets. We're selling out every comedy club I do. We're selling out 3,000 seats in theaters.
Yeah.
And yet I'm the only one to reach number 2 last year. And the only reason I didn't go to number 1 was because of The Gentleman. And I'm not getting another offer for another special yet.
Let me take you back real quick, because like you mentioned, that sort of stereotypical role, and you said be the next George Lopez, which of course people in the Mexican community of course look up to George. I mean, he's done it. Because I know you've talked to him several times. You've been on his podcast. You've had interviews with him and whatnot. What does he think of your comedy, of the way that you've taken Mexican American comedy, and you sort of refuse to do, hey, I'm not going to do those jokes, the cliche jokes?
I don't know. I mean, we've had several conversations, in private. We get along, we don't get along. I call him out for his BS and we get into it, but then we get along. And right now I don't think we're getting along, because the last podcast we did with him, basically that I did with him, canceled his podcast. Things went crazy viral because I was defending the young generation. I was saying that it is our responsibility to bring up the Latinos that are coming up. Right. And he very aggressively said no. We should not help the younger generation. So I don't know what he thinks of my comedy. What I know is that I am a proud Mexican American.
Yeah.
I also know that we are not all ghetto. I was never on food stamps. My parents are hardworking people, and me and my wife are both Mexican American, and we would like to represent us in a very positive light. We raise our children. I'm raising my children. I'm happily married, and I want to represent the Mexican American community in a very positive light. And
well, honestly, I don't know if you take this as like a super positive thing. I would, in the fact of exactly what you're saying, but for the longest time when I watched your clips, I didn't know you were Mexican American. That wasn't obviously your last name had some kind of inclination to me, but it wasn't until I watched your interviews and other things where you were talking about it that I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't the first thing on the list of the defining factor of Steve Trevino, Mexican American. That's and
I love that you said that, because I don't want to define myself as that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want you I want me and you to be friends because we're both good dudes.
Yeah.
Right? I get so mad at the Mexican community as well when they go, bro, are you even going to mention you're Latino? I'm like, dude, I am Latino.
Yeah.
Seinfeld doesn't walk on stage and go, let me tell you about being Jewish.
Yeah.
Ray Romano, you knew he was Italian. He didn't have to do, hey, being Italian bits.
Yeah.
So, and at the end of the day, man, we're all Americans, right? We all live here. We all defend this country. Are we all different? Are we all from different places? Am I proud to be Mexican American? 100%. But I don't want to wear the cactus on my forehead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go back to Sebastian, and I mean, it's the thing with, I mean, Sebastian's obviously Italian. He brings it up some in his act, but that's not, you know, he wasn't being played like you said, like his special. It wasn't playing on segmented days of Italian American days, you know.
Right. Well, that's what's so weird. It blows my mind because exactly what you said. It's like okay, well, I get pigeonholed into this. Okay, here's our Mexican for the month. He doesn't get the here's our Italian for the month, or here's our Irish of the month, and here's our Asian of the month. I mean, you know, it should be. Am I funny or not?
Exactly.
Right?
Well, now relatable, like you mentioned. I mean, relatable was so big. It was a huge risk because, like you said, you guys produced that before you had the deal. You didn't have a deal with Netflix. It was, we're going to record this and we're going to shop it. And I mean, this was before, like, a lot of listeners now are used to seeing all these YouTube specials where you can just post it on YouTube and that's your backstop. You don't have a special. Okay, we'll still put it out there and we'll still get a lot of views. That didn't happen then. So, like, I mean, you had to realize when you guys were making that, like, oh, geez, this is risky. Like, I mean,
oh wow,
was it nerve-wracking?
Oh my God, I was sick to my stomach. It cost $140,000 to shoot.
Whew.
A lot of the money we got from the ticket sales that helped.
Yeah.
And then what people don't know is Netflix purchased it for $50,000. So I never really got my money back from the actual special. I mean, obviously it led to me having a career, but from the actual special, me and my wife sat down and we looked at our bank account after that and we had $400. That's it. And I told her, I said, look, we're putting it all out there. I mean, we spent our wedding money. We had saved money for a wedding. Yeah. And I said, look, wedding's got to stop. Like we're going to have to do this because we need a career. And we did it. We did it on our own. And
how did you do that?
I was about to say, Mike, secretly in my head, I would have been like, yes, no wedding. Oh, we're going to have to put that wedding off. That's horrible. We're just going to use all that money.
But yeah, I mean, you know, that's why I love my wife so much because she's been in it. She's taken the ride with me. And I do get mad when I hear people say, oh, she must be with Steve for the money because she's beautiful. And I'm like, no, man, you know, she was there when we were poor, when we had $400 in our account. You know?
She's been here since it was lean days, very lean.
Way lean days. So she deserves everything that comes with this career because we did it on our own, man. And we're continuing to do it on our own. And I talked to my agent and manager and I said, hey, man, what's going on with Netflix? And they're like, well, we're still talking to them. We'll see. I said, great. Yeah. I said, but please, I want you to know, I don't care. Whether they do it with me or not, I have an hour ready to film right now. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll sell it to Hulu. I'll put it on Amazon. Let's go do this.
Well, I'll say another, you know, I mean, another guy that comes to mind when you say that we've had on the show and just I loved him being on the show was Ali Siddiq. He does the, you know, he got tired of the same thing of waiting for them and going on their terms and just said, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm tired of this, man. And
I'm so proud of Ali, man. And you look at his special on YouTube, and I want to say it's like at 7 million views or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, who is running Netflix?
Exactly.
That doesn't look at my numbers and go, I may not like Steve's comedy, but I'm a businessman.
Mm-hmm. The crime documentary department is running Netflix now.
The poop cruise. I got to do a poop cruise documentary, and then they're all over it. But,
the crime of Steve, and then boom. Now
you get something else in there. Let's be honest. You add a serial killer to it, that'll really jazz it up. You get something else in there. You get some. You got to get the. Me and Mike have talked about it. The drama, the real crime, true crime dramas. It's just like podcasts too. Ooh, they love
those. Because my mom watches every single one of them, and you know, Trauma in the ER and First 48. And then my mom's like, Mijo, bad things can happen. I'm like, only because that's all you watch. That's all you watch.
Well, my favorite, me and Mike have talked about it. My favorite is when I hear from somebody that watches those all the time and they tell me they watch them to be ready so they would know what would happen if this happened to them. And I'm like, what?
It's not happening.
Like, you're not gonna just, oh, you know what? I've seen this. He's gonna try to murder me and throw me in a trunk. Not happening. Like,
the one that trips me out the most is, and he had a whole nother family. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you pull that off? How do you have the energy for a whole nother family?
I can't do one. I don't have one.
And then all of a sudden you're at a Coldplay concert and
right. I just loved his fast move of just slinking down, of how it just right out of camera was just like, and I'm out.
And completely bailed on her. He was
they both. I mean, it was like they all of a sudden had magnets between both of them that were reflects. They were just like, oh, hey, yikes. Oh, man.
I love the fact that like other people that had worked with him or for him came out and they were like, I'm so happy this happened. He's a scumbag. And I'm like, there's no surprise that he's a scumbag. Like,
you see him on camera with another person, probably a pretty good indication, you know?
Yeah, that he's a. I mean, I used to work at the comedy clubs, and these comics would come through, and they would be like, you know, hitting on these waitresses or hooking up with fans, and then a year later they'd come back with their wife, and I'm like, dude, like, how can you do that to her?
Hey, you wanted to go up to him and be like, so do we just sidetrack all the stuff I saw earlier?
Like now I'm uncomfortable. Your wife's uncomfortable. Like, why would you do that?
Steve, kind of random. I also used to be, I saw on your Wikipedia that you were a driver for the Addison Improv. I used to do that in Orlando at the Orlando Improv.
Oh, nice. Dude,
Media.
But, you know, I'm glad you did that because people always say like, oh, should I take a comedy class? And I'm like, go work at the comedy club. You'll get a comedy class right there. And if you're like me and you're in the car with these guys and you're getting to talk to them and you're getting to learn and make a relationship with them. And, dude, don't ever meet your heroes. Don't ever meet your, I would look at these guys and I'm like, you do what I want to do for a living and you're a jerk. Like,
Mike has a couple of stories. I've heard a couple of those. Yes.
Okay, so we're just gonna ride in complete silence, and that's gonna be the whole morning. All right.
Yeah. Oh, and you're gonna sit in the back?
Yeah, that's it. They sit in the back, roll windows up, complete silence. I'm like, this is uncomfortable. This is a really dark car.
What I will tell you though is you know, Chris Rock did it right. Chris Rock gets in my car. I got to take him to radio. Mm-hmm. And he goes, yeah, comic. Love you. We'll get to talk later. I'm tired. He goes, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap. I said, yes, sir. Didn't say a word. Took him to radio. He did radio. We got back in the car. He goes, you want to go to breakfast? I go, yep. And we went to breakfast and hung out. But at least when he was silent and was gonna take a nap, he was like, yeah, I get it. I like you too. Give me a minute. Yeah. I'm gonna like. But some of them get in there and they just treat you like complete garbage.
Yeah.
Which
not too many. I mean, there were a couple of guys that were just, you know, and gals. But yeah, for the most part, comics were pretty cool. They were pretty cool.
I wanted to go back to Relatable real quick because when you put out Relatable, you it didn't automatically go, you know, sort of rocket ship popularity. There was your postings on Facebook, and that was really sort of the virality. Like, had you ever thought before putting those clips like, I need social media as sort of a vessel to take my comedy, or was like social media a side thought before Relatable?
Oh, social media, definite side thought. You know, when you're our age, you know, back then the and Mike will tell you this, it's like the system was do mics, get good, do a showcase, get a TV show, or get on the Tonight Show. Yeah. That was the path, right? Yeah. So you're not thinking of this other path.
Yeah.
then for me at the end of it, it was, okay, well, you need an hour special.
Yeah.
Right? Get an hour special on Showtime, HBO, Netflix. You're good.
Yeah.
So that's where my head was, and that's where I was going. And then when we got it on Netflix, and the needle didn't move at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't sell a single ticket the first 6 months I was on Netflix because it wasn't a Netflix original. So they weren't promoting it. It was buried. As a matter of fact, the comments on it were like destroying me.
Mm.
And the good part is, because I owned it, I was able to put it on social media without it being flagged.
Mm.
Right? So I took I go, I know I'm good because I'm out there every day. People laugh.
Yeah.
I know I'm good at what I do. We got to start putting some clips out.
Mm-hmm.
So put one clip out and it worked. And I was like, holy crap, man. Here we are 3 weeks later. I've got 400,000 views.
Yeah.
So the guy that was doing the clips, he says, I think it needs to be shorter. Let's do a shorter one. I said, okay.
Attention spans.
Right. Puts a shorter one on there, which was the shopping bit.
Yeah.
And my life changed overnight.
Yeah.
Literally overnight. And what again, going back to and I don't want to be the poor me guy, because I'm not the poor me guy. I'm the pick up my pants and let's go, right?
Yeah.
I went viral. That clip to this day has almost 300 million views.
Whew.
Meanwhile, I have other comedian friends after me get 10 million views, and all of a sudden they get a movie.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they get a TV show.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, oh my God, this guy's going viral. He's got 30 million views. Let's give him a TV show deal. Let's give him a special. Well, I did it.
Yeah.
I'm at 300 million.
Yeah.
And the phone didn't ring. I didn't get a phone call, right? So I'm done trying to figure out what they want or what they want to do.
Yeah.
And now I use social media to my advantage, right? I put out a special. I own it. I put the clips out and I grow my business.
Yeah.
We're at 630,000 followers on Instagram because of my clips. And we're at 1.5 million on TikTok, 1.8 million on Facebook. Whew. And that's how I sell tickets.
Well, I was about to say, because I heard at one point in time you talked about like switching social media. So like there was like a period where you were like a month sort of with like no posts, and you said it like just killed your ticket sales.
No, it was unbelievable what it did, because it's out of sight, out of mind. And
I mean, that's frightening. As like, I mean, as far as what you do, like all of a sudden it's just gone.
Well, and not only that, like cancel culture, right? They can take it away from you.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat with an allegation. You don't even have to be proven guilty of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? One little allegation and you're done. Mm-hmm. I stopped posting videos about my stand-up, and all of a sudden they move on.
Yeah.
So, you got to stay on top of it. And that's what these specials are for, really. I mean, if Netflix doesn't take my special this year, which I think they'd be crazy not to, we'll just go to YouTube like Ollie did.
Yeah.
And I have people, and I'm not kidding you, people come up to me, they go, I didn't know you had a special. I watch you on my phone.
Right. Yeah.
I just watch clip after clip after clip. I didn't even know you were on Netflix. I didn't know you were on Amazon Prime.
I don't want to get too in the weeds with this because I know people don't care, but
they
do.
care, Mike.
Doc G and I care. We're nerds. Is there like any sauce to the posting clips? Do you just do it every day? Same. Is there any kind of is it just posting every
strategy?
day?
What's the strategy?
Is there a strategy to it, or is it just other than keeping the shorts, the clips short?
Well, I have become a social media expert. And Mike, man, anytime you want to sit down, brother, and have a drink with me, I'm happy to share all of this with you because I want you to succeed on a very, very high level.
I appreciate that.
It's consistency, right? I'll give everybody out there a very quick lesson, right? It's consistency, and you have to have more than one. I call it the rabbit hole, right? If somebody goes, I found this guy Steve Trevino, this is really funny, and it ends there, they're done. So the consistency gives them the rabbit hole to go down, right?
Yeah.
I also call it the handkerchief, right? When somebody likes or watches my clip, they threw a handkerchief in the air. And then I'm hoping that before that handkerchief hits the ground, somebody else is going to pick it up and throw it again. Right? And then when you have consistency, there's all these handkerchiefs laying on the ground, and all it takes is for one person to pick up the one from last year and go, oh, check this out. So now, because I have so much consistency, there's so many handkerchiefs in the air all the time because people keep going, check this guy out. I'll watch this, tag this person. Man, that was funny. Oh man, right? And I call
tentacles.
it tentacles. That's funny you say that because I call it the head of the octopus, right? I'm the head of the octopus. I got to send the tentacles out, and then hopefully those handkerchiefs continue to stay in the air. But when that month that I left, all the handkerchiefs hit the ground.
Yeah.
And nobody was picking them up anymore.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you gotta have a way so that they continue to get thrown up in the air, and then every once in a while, one gets thrown up so high that it never comes down. You know, like
the shopping. Yeah.
The shopping bit. I mean, to this day, it still grows.
Yeah.
To this day, there's still people, putting comments on there. So it's consistent, and you have to be good.
Yeah.
Right. You have to be somewhat good at what you do.
Yeah.
In order for them to keep, because they'll stop. I call it it's the water cooler of the world. When you watch back in the day, you watched a movie or a show, you went to work and you told them, man, you got to go watch this show, right? Well, if you have nothing, if somebody watches you perform and you're great and they have nothing to share at the water cooler, then it ends at your show.
Yeah.
Right? You got to give them 40 clips so they can then go, I love this dude. These are the things I like about him. Check him out. And then they can hand it to him. Right. So that's the basics of social media.
Well, now on that, we've had a bunch of comedians on here talk about sort of their strategy of doing this, as far as like now a lot of comedians out there, it's all about the crowd work on their post. And like I've had several comedians say they only post crowd work because they don't want to give away their jokes. Now I know you're not really a crowd work guy. So like, does it ever annoy you to actually put on clips, or have you ever seen it because it only seems to be positive for you as far as like putting out your actual jokes and clips of jokes?
The only negative that I get from, constantly posting, it's always, man, do you talk about anything other than your wife? do you talk about anything other than your kids?
You're like no.
Oh, yeah. And my thing is like, well, maybe I'm not for you.
Yeah.
My entire life is my wife and kids. That is my entire life. I don't play golf. I don't have hobbies. My life is me, my wife, and my kids. So in order to be authentic and in order to talk about things that I know, I'm going to talk about my wife and kids. So I go, do you ever go to Dave Chappelle and say, oh God, race again? Hey, Bill Burr, you're going to complain again. we all have our thing. You know what I mean? And as for crowd work, look, man, I'm going to say it right here, and I'm not afraid to say it because I'm at that age. Crowd work is a joke to me. It's so easy. It is so easy to get a laugh from the crowd doing crowd work. It's an easy skill. Oh, dude, what's up with your hair, bro? Ah! He's going to make fun of his hair. Like, hey, you ZZ Top looking MFer. Like, oh, he does have a beard and long hair. Like, it's the easiest form of comedy. Yeah. And in my opinion, when comedians tell you, I put crowd work out there because I don't want to show my material, that's a lie. And that is their way out. That is their way of saying, I do not go home. I do not create and craft a set. I do not sit there and write real material and build. Chris Rock builds a set from scratch and writes jokes and builds an entire hour. That's what I do. Call it old school, but I'm not going to waste my energy and time on crowd work.
Well, and like that argument to me never really made sense in the fact that like, if you put out a clip of your comedy, I mean, that's your ID right there. Like, that's your proof that this is my joke. People like can't steal that. It's got a date. It's got a time. It's got you're like, that's when I did it. Like, so like I've never really understood that as far as like, oh, I got to keep my jokes under, you know, under this hood.
Well, I sell a brand. I don't sell jokes. I sell a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you come to my show and you are married with kids, that's the brand.
Yeah.
I'm going to hear this guy talk about my life. I'm going to hear this guy talk about what I'm going through. I can count on it. I know for sure that when I go to Steve Trevino's show, I'm going to hear his struggles with his wife and his kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I sell a brand, and I think a lot of comedians, especially nowadays, it's all about how gross and edgy can I be?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, is that really you? You grew up on a cul-de-sac, dude. Like, you know, I get Jake Okerson is gritty. He grew up gritty. He's a gritty dude.
Yeah.
When he talks, you believe him.
Yeah.
You know, Joey Diaz went to prison. Yeah. Joey Diaz is going to be an aggressive human that talks about things that you're not used to.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays it's like, oh, can I write an abortion joke for the sake of writing an abortion joke?
Mm-hmm. How much can I gross out? The gross factor, like you said. Yeah.
You know, and I like the idea of you come to my show, we laugh, we have a great time, and I give you a show. Yeah. I perform every single night.
Well, it's like you said, people can feel the authentic nature of anybody's. It doesn't matter what the comedy is. If it's authentic, if it's raunchy, authentic, if it's like Leanne Morgan and she's just a Southern fried lady and you can feel that Southern fried lady effect and you're like, yeah, I get it. It's authentic. She's being her. Like it's it's necessary. And I think a lot of new comics are sort of missing that. I mean, speaking on that authenticity, one of the last questions I got for you in the last special in Simple Man, you have a little bit about baseball, coaching baseball. Did you get to coach this season?
I did get to coach this year, and in the news set we're still talking about travel baseball because
nice.
I don't know if you're into it. I don't know if you have kids, but dude, it is the craziest world.
I don't need to have kids to know it's crazy. You see those videos all the time of just the insanity that goes on in those games.
I'm writing a TV show called Travel Baseball because you know these people, and it's the moms.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the dads, dude. I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with these aggressive sports dads. It's not the dads. It is 98% the mom. And they're manipulating and they're doing everything they can because their identity is what team their kid's on, how many $4 rings they bring home on the weekends. You know, and then you find out that 80% of kids quit baseball by 13. 80%.
Yeah. Well, that's what I always tell my friends.
One of the 80.
Hey, so was I actually, Mike. Now that I think about it, yeah. But like, I mean, that's what I always tell parents because, like, I'm a professor in applied physiology, so I teach exercise science. So like, a lot of parents ask me about like, oh, what sport should I get my kid in? What should we do here? And like, what I always tell them is like, if your kid's talented enough to be a professional baseball player, they're going to be talented in every sport. Put them in basketball, they're going to be awesome. Put them in football, they're going to be awesome. Because those are translatable skills in each one of those. Agility, balance, coordination, reaction time, power. Right. All of those things translate. But it's like you said, those moms are just in there like, I've got to make my kid the best. And this is what they're going to be at. And I'm going to force them into this. And then they end up having like 3 Tommy John surgeries by the time they're 15. And they hate the sport.
Their mom. Yeah, they hate the sport. They hate their mom, you know. And at the end of the day, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right. What in what world are we living in? You know, dude, my kid is gifted and talented, and like you said, That little booger, dude, everything I put him in, he just plays it.
Nice.
But I don't put pressure on him. He doesn't have to. It's his thing. I always tell people, I'm like, look, you're in the crowd and you're yelling at your son, throw strikes. Do you really think your son's sitting on the mound going, oh,
that's what I should done.
Yeah, dang, thanks for reminding me. Like, the kid already feels bad, right?
Yeah.
He's already trying to throw a strike. He's already trying to get out of the inning. And now dad's yelling at him?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's going to make him go, oh, now that dad's yelling, let me really get it together. No, he's already feeling bad. He's, come on. Why didn't you swing at that strike? Oh, my bad, dude. Like,
I thought that was a ball. My bad.
Yeah. You know what, Dad? Next time. So it doesn't, me and my son have a joke where, when he misses a ball, I'll look at him and go, well, looks like you're sleeping in the garage tonight. And he'll look at me and go, in front of everybody, he'll go, again. And I'm like, yeah, buddy, again. Like, because it's not that serious, man.
Hilarious.
And those moms are over there like, good. That should be. He's teaching them right. That's in the garage.
Well, so here's the clip that will go viral for you real quick. It's real simple. If your kid makes a mistake and looks at you in the stands, you are not a good sports parent.
That's true. It's true. You knew I had those parents. I know growing up when I was playing sports, you knew that parent that was going to yell, and you're just like, oh God, here it is, and that kid sitting there just like, oh God, it's coming.
My kid makes a mistake and he trots back into the dugout like, he's not worried about it because I'm not worried about it.
Life goes on.
Baseball's the hardest sport in the world.
Oh man.
It is a sport of failure.
Oh, yeah.
And what happens with this travel team is, oh, my kid's not going to start. I'll take him to a team that they'll start in. Well, what are you teaching your kid?
Transfer when you get to college.
Yep, that's it, right? And instead of, hey, buddy, let's work harder.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, let's beat out that next guy.
Yeah.
Hey, let's earn it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, politics. No. Let me tell you something about sports. Sports is the only place in the world that takes politics away.
Equalizer.
It's the biggest equalizer in the world. Either your kid hits bombs or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care if that coach hates you, dislikes you, is racist. If you're hitting bombs for his team, you're going to play.
Oh, yeah.
Period. Of the story. So it's not politics. Your kid sucks.
Baseball's pretty easy on that one. It's pretty easy to see too. I remember when I was playing baseball, my coach called a timeout in the middle of me up at bat, and he came in and told me, he's like, Ben, you notice? Look how open it is in right field. You nail one right there. There's nobody defending, and I was just like, in my head, I was like, what? I'm not aiming. I'm closing my eyes and praying to God that I make contact. And
you know what I do during the timeout?
What?
I will call a timeout as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid will come over and I'll go, what'd you have for breakfast?
Take the mind off. Relax.
Yeah, and he'll be like, what did I have for breakfast? I'm like, yeah, man, like toast, eggs, bacon. What'd you have? Well, I had French toast. Oh man, was it good? Yeah, coach, it was good. All right, man, awesome. Go back.
Got to have a relax. Yeah.
Like, dude, like you're taking this way more serious than I am.
Mm-hmm. We got to realize they're gonna fail at some point. They got to be used to it. They got to accept it. But like, what I'm really excited for. I'm excited for when your kids get to teenage years, because I think that's going to be some fantastic material.
Buddy, that little girl of mine is ruining my wife's life already, and she's 4, and I am loving every minute of it. Every minute of it. My wife sees herself in that little girl and realizes that she doesn't really like herself.
Oh, there's a grind there. There's a grinding of attitudes.
But but that's what's great about what I do. The material doesn't end, right? I mean, if you follow my career and you follow my specials, I'm basically just performing a sitcom of my life.
It's moving.
Yep, chronologically. I mean, it's just like here was me single. Here's me, dating. Here's me engaged. Here's me married. Here's me married with kids. I mean, it just continues my life.
Nice. Well, now you're just for listeners that don't know, we already talked about it, but I mean, I counted up the shows, including Tampa and Fort Lauderdale. You've got 53 shows left this year, which, I mean, that's grinding. That is Now, it, like you said, is this sort of just like continuation of Simple Man? You've added things from there, and it's going on in life.
Yeah, I mean, I try to kind of have a like what I'm going through in my life, right? Mm-hmm. I try to attack material from what am I feeling right now, mm-hmm. right? And for Simple Man, I was feeling very appreciative of my father and his hard work, mm-hmm. and then I was struggling with how to raise my kid.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of the theme, and this one is like, oh man, I now realize that even though I made fun of the family man as a kid, I now know that the family man is the real man. Mm. So that's kind of the theme behind what we're talking about is like, hey, being a family man's pretty awesome.
Maturing, yeah.
Yeah, maturing and realizing that, hey, you know what, man, I'm really happy. And even though this is a really hard thing, let me tell you about all the hard things about it.
Yeah.
I also want you to feel the love of, man, my life's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
on a tour like this, like, I mean, a cohesive, good life, living the good life tour, do you add things in throughout? Like every now and then, are you like, I should put this in, I should try this, or is it all just static?
We are at the point, and Mike understands this, I'm at the point where we're ready to film. Mm-hmm. So now I'm practicing it exactly the way I want it.
Gotcha.
So now we're fine tuning, right?
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of words. I'm making it tighter. I'm making it perfect so that I can film. But as soon as I film, then I start over.
Gotcha.
And then it's like, oh, let's add this. What's the theme? What are we going to talk about? Let's get this, in there. But yeah, right now, what everybody's going to get to see is what we're going to film.
Nice. Well, when's filming?
We don't know yet. We're waiting.
Okay.
We're hoping to get an offer from Netflix. We haven't got one yet. We're in talks. And if they don't give me an offer, then I will set that date and I will produce it and film it and do it again myself like Ollie did.
Do you have any deadline? Do you want it done by this year, or when are you going to say, okay, Netflix missed their chance?
Probably the next few months.
Okay.
And Mike will tell you as a comic, I'm bored with the material. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move on. So I want to film it, put it out in the world, and then start working. And new material is exciting.
Oh yeah.
Being on stage and being on my toes and going, I got this idea, I got to make it work. And Mike will tell you again, it's so great to have two shows because then first show you go, oh, and then second show I
can do this better.
Oh man, yeah, I can do it better. I can fix it, and
two shows. What a dream! Oh my gosh.
Mike, you're gonna have to come open for me, man. Anytime, dude. I'd love to have you.
Oh my gosh.
I would love to have you, my friend.
I am shows in a row. That would be amazing.
I am the biggest supporter of comics, man. I love helping. I love to help.
I will certify that in the fact that I have watched many an interview with you, and you have invited a lot of people to come open for you that I have seen in different interviews. So definitely put your money where your mouth is.
And I just take great pleasure in watching people succeed. I love it.
Yeah.
I am, people go, you watch Kill Tony? And I'm like, yeah, he was my opening act. I love Tony. I'm proud of Tony, and Tony's out there doing big things, and there is zero animosity for success. I love watching people succeed because there's enough for all of us.
Which is hilarious, actually, that you said that, because I've seen a couple of comments before in your comments that have said like, you should do Kill Tony, bro.
And I did do Kill Tony. I did it back in the day when it was getting started, and people ask me, they go, man, you live right by, you live 40 minutes from Austin. Do you go to the mothership? And I go, no. And the reason why is because my mothership is right here.
Yeah.
When I'm home, I want to be dad. When I'm home, I want to be husband. You know, I don't understand these comedians, and I'm not going to name any names, who have kids and have a wife, and they spend every night at the mothership till 4 a.m. And I'm like, well, who's waking up with your kid?
How do you do that? How do you balance? I guess my big question for you, Steve, is because I just had a baby, she's almost 7 months, and I'm in kind of the thick of it with the infant stage, and I still love doing stand up. I still love doing shows. I mean, how did you kind of manage that?
And I take them with me.
Yeah.
You know, I take them with me when I can. And when I'm on the road, I'm comedian Steve. And when I'm home, I'm 100% dad and 100% husband. I don't watch TV. I don't rest. I am coaching jujitsu with my son. I'm coaching baseball with my son. I'm taking my daughter to swim, to dance, to gymnastics. I mean, when I'm home, I'm super dad. And
Cool.
when I'm on the road doing comedy, I'm super comedian. And I want to make sure I don't drink on stage. I make sure that the audience is getting their money's worth. I care about the audience. And, you know, having a baby is
Come on, Steve, live a little.
I have my drinks and I go to the casino to play craps, believe me. But Mike, I'm telling you right now, and we're gonna talk again. This baby of yours is good luck.
Cool.
There's something inside of you that's gonna happen. You're not even gonna be able to explain it. Something's gonna happen inside of you that is gonna lead to success.
Cool.
Because of this baby.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that.
Mike, get that baby born for on stage. Just bring him on there, right? Strap her right there. It'll be good. It'll be good.
And then your wife can pull her titty out to feed it while you're doing.
This is my family, everybody.
But you have to have something you love, man. You have to have something you love more than stand up, because if you don't have those things, then you fall in love with stand up and that lifestyle. And then all of a sudden, that's all you have. And unfortunately, that's a sad life.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I want to get on the first flight home because I have something at home that I love. Mm-hmm. If I don't have something at home that I love, then I go, well, who cares when I go home? I'll just drink again tonight and I'll take the 3:00 flight because I don't have anything at home.
Yeah.
You know, but the fact that I'm madly in love with my kids and my wife, I'm like, dude, I gotta get home. Like,
yeah.
And then when you say you have 53 shows left this year, it makes me laugh because I want to start taking time off the road when my kid hits junior high. So that's my goal. So right now I'm working as much as I can, saving as much money as I can.
Backlog it. Yeah.
Yep. So that when my son hits junior high and the baseball games really start to matter, I can be here, right? So, you know, and it's hard to say no, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to say no when they go, hey, they're offering you this kind of money. How can I look at my dad who made that one weekend's worth of money in a year? Mm-hmm. How can I look at my hardworking dad and go, yeah, Dad, I said no to telling jokes.
Plus, on stage, it's a fun time. It's a fun time.
I'm like, I get paid stupid money to walk on stage and tell jokes. How can I then look at my dad and go, yeah, I needed a break from that? And my dad was a freaking welder pipe fitter in the South Texas weather outside. Ooh. And the man never took a vacation, never showed up late, never called in sick. And why did he do it? For us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Steve, we don't want to take up any more of that family time because you are on family time right now. You don't have a show coming right now. So thanks for doing the show, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. And then Mike, get my number, shoot me a text. That way I have it, and come visit me in Vegas, man. If I can sneak you up on stage, I will.
Yeah, definitely will.
But I will tell you that Vegas is a little strict with their times. You know, they want us on and off at a certain time because they don't want them watching comedy shows.
Need them in those slots.
That's right.
Listeners, like I said, he's going to be in Tampa on the 22nd and the 23rd, and then in Fort Lauderdale on the 30th and the 31st. Go to stevetrevino.com for tickets, and make sure you check out his Netflix special, Simple Man. We'll be right back here on the Doc G Show. And we are back here on the Doc G Show. Steve Trevino, Mike.
Yes.
Legend. Could have talked to him for hours.
Yeah, he was great.
I'll be honest, there were a lot of things I didn't get to that I did want to talk to him about.
Always the worst. It's like after these interviews, you're like, I wish I would have asked this. I wish I would have.
Well, it's the worst and the best because, I mean, it's great when I'm talking to a legend, or really anybody that's just done a lot in their career. Mm-hmm. Because there's no shortage of conversation topics that you're just like, oh, man, what about this? Oh, man, what about this, But then, like you said, afterwards, you're like, oh, I should have mentioned this. Oh, I wanted to talk about this, I wanted to get in. I mean, we really only talked about baseball. I wanted to talk about coaching the other sports. Like, what's jiu-jitsu like coaching?
Right.
And then, like, the football, that's got to be zany compared to baseball,
Oh, yeah, for sure. People take that way too seriously, those parents.
Exactly. And then I also, I wanted to talk about his relationship with Brad Garrett. We didn't get to that, at all.
So true.
And that's, listeners, if you don't know, that's why his son is named Garrett, is after Brad Garrett. And if you don't know, it's in one of his specials, but Brad Garrett was nice enough. He was on tour with Brad Garrett when his son was born, and he gave him, at the end of the show, because he wasn't going to get to finish out the show that they were at, he gave him his paycheck for the actual shows that he had done, and then he gave him another envelope that was just labeled baby. And when he got to the hospital, he opened up the normal check. He got the normal amount of pay. He opened up the baby envelope, and it was $25,000.
Wow.
For the baby, of course.
Wow.
And
that's incredible, man.
Yeah, and that's why they named their baby Garrett. I mean, I'm sure he already had an affinity for Brian, for not Brian Garrett, but Brad Garrett, B word. But yeah, you're just like, man, that's so effing nice.
Yeah, it is.
I got to be honest, I would not do that if I were Brad Garrett. I might if somebody actually made me think about it, but that wouldn't be my first inclination, right? He'd be like, oh, I got to go, my kid is being born. I'd be like, cool, good luck, and then somebody would be like, you should have gave him money. I'd be like, oh, that would have been good. So that was wild. And then I'd love to go into more details about all the specials, making these specials on his own. Especially the one that I mentioned in the interview, as far as, they laid down $160,000 up front to do that special. Jeez. That is some upfront money, Mike.
Yeah, it is.
That is a big
it's taking a huge risk.
He said he was about to have a heart attack from it. He was, couldn't basically. I wouldn't be able to be funny if I knew that was on the line. I'd be like, I'm gonna go broke, you. Somebody laugh at me. Yeah. I need this. But. Just like we said, just a super nice guy, gives a lot of his time. And listeners, he so far, and we might have to follow up on this, but so far, just an outgoing guy for comics like Mike too. He didn't need to say, "Hey, come open for me," but he did. And so far, I still believe him. I still believe if Mike is gonna, reach out to him when it gets closer.
I'm definitely going to.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I've seen him do it a bunch of times, like I said, in other interviews. And seems like he followed through, So hats off to him. Just a really nice guy. Check out his special. And if you're in the area, of course, get out there to his stand-up. It'll be a good night. Like he said, it'll be a wholesome night. He's not really taking sides. He's not grossing people out. It's just jokes about his family, his wife, his family time, him coaching, all kinds of stuff like that. Anyways, Mike, we need to move on to the fastest growing segment in the world.
Mike C, Tap Theory.
Correct. Now, Mike, this was initiated because of one thing that I had to wait for about a week and a half ago. And I said, there are some places that I go and I have to wait and I hate it.
So true.
And then I was like, well, there's some places that I'd wait regardless. And then I was like, you know what? Top 3 places that you have to wait for. You're going to have to wait. And so here we are. Top 3 places that you have to wait for. Now, Mike, do you have any honorable mentions?
I don't.
Okay.
No.
So I have one honorable mention, and it goes a
by the way, just coming up, sorry, Doc G, but just coming up with the top 3 was challenging because I hate waiting in lines, and I can't find anything worth, I have a hard time
I agree with you,
waiting
Mike.
for anything.
I agree
no matter
with you.
what it is. Yeah, so.
Most things, like I've mentioned multiple times on this show, I don't know how many times I've gone into a store and seen lines and just said, "Nep," just
no way.
We'll right back out. Like even stores like Target, where the lines move pretty fast, but I will walk in, I'll see the line at the registers, and I'm just like, not interested, and go right back out. So yeah, I'm totally with you, and that's why it's gonna have to be something very great or very horrible that I just can't get around and I have to do, that I'm gonna wait. So, honorable mention on my list. This is a bit of a nostalgia one, but my whole family waited for this, and it didn't matter, and it was always busy. That would be Mike. Fuddruckers.
Sweet.
So
yeah, Fuddruckers.
So as the listeners know, I love Fuddruckers, and it's not doing so well now as far as a business. They're about to go under, I do believe.
Very unfortunate.
Yes, it used to be an amazing burger, one of my favorite burgers. I mean, it probably still is, to be honest. I just don't have a Fuddruckers around me anymore, so I can't tell you if it's still pumping out the quality goods or not.
Yeah.
But Mike, Fuddruckers used to be, for my family, just a vacation stop.
That's a fact.
Because we had no Fuddruckers around our house growing up. There was no Fuddruckers in the area, but when we went to the beach, there was one on our way down to the beach. And we stopped at the one in Columbia, South Carolina, Mike. And every time we stopped on a Saturday, that line was busy. You had, 70 people in that line waiting for burgers. But you know what? I didn't care. The enthusiasm just grew as I was in that line. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be so good.
When I picture you as a kid, I still picture you with a beard.
Of course. Just a little teeny guy with
Should I get the 1 pound burger?
Oh, yeah. Well, Mike, I think...
Because, they had them, displayed.
Yeah. You had the little, butcher shop where you could see them. And again, that's what added to some of my enthusiasm. Because, I'm waiting. I'm like, oh, check it out. And then you smell the fries coming in. And it's just, there's an energy, even though nobody there that's working is happy. There's an energy. And you're just like, yeah. Oh, man, I'm going to get some fat stuff. This is going to be awesome. And, it was so good. And, I mean, it was vacation, Mike. You were on vacation. So, the energy was...
Double the fun.
Yeah, the energy was high. You were going on a fun adventure, and this was the kickoff to it, man. And I would like to say I graduated to the pound burger probably, I'd say high school, maybe middle school. Maybe the end of middle school, I might have graduated to the pound. But yeah, all through high school, I definitely hit that pound up, man. 1 pound burger.
Was that the biggest one? I think that was the biggest one.
That was the biggest one,
Yeah.
Mike. That was the biggest one. And I got Fud fries with it, of course. The classic Fud fries. Sometimes, when I got older, I would get onion rings with it. I'd get it. I'd do it, you know. And then you got your Fixin' Bar, listeners. Fixin' Bar, anything you want. I'd get shredded lettuce.
Yeah.
I'd get diced pickles, or not diced pickles. Sorry, yeah, I would get diced pickles. Diced pickles, also diced onion, the chopped onion, then a little mayonnaise, a little mustard. I usually didn't do ketchup. I know ketchup lovers. I'm sorry, but I don't usually do it on a burger. And then I would get ketchup, of course, with my fries. And oh, so good.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to Fuddruckers, man? We got to look into it.
Bad management, Mike. That honestly, bad ownership, bad management. That's what happened to it. That's what happened.
Unfortunate.
Very sad. Very sad. But Mike, my number 3 sort of goes along the same line. This isn't so true anymore, but especially for the first 4 years that I was introduced to it, extremely true. Chipotle. Chipotle, when it first opened, Mike, I would wait in that line for 45 minutes. And it'd be one of those things that I would get there, I would see the line, and I'd be like, okay, it's gonna move fast though. It'll move fast. And then I'd get in the line, and we'd get through 3 people in 10 minutes, and I'd be like, it's not moving fast. But then I'd be like, you know what? I've already committed.
I'm waiting.
I'm here. I got to do it. And I remember the worst one. There was one actually during the pandemic where I went in there and everybody's, spaced out. So it's even longer. You got 6 feet in between each person. And there were 60 people in line. And it took, not an exaggeration, an hour and 15 minutes. And it was one of those that after 15 minutes, I'd already committed. I was like, no, I can't. I'm here. There are people behind me. I've done it. I got it. And it wasn't even satisfactory though. By the time I got the food, I was just like, I don't care. I just got to see this through now. I don't even want the burrito. I don't it was, whew. I got to be honest. That turned me off at Chipotle for a long time, Mike.
Yeah, I would probably not go back.
I've never went back to that location.
That location, yeah, it would be I would have to take an extended break.
Yeah, and I did. It was a very long break.
1 week for every 10 minutes.
And now, if I ever, I mean,
6 weeks.
No, that's a good break, Mike. Don't kid yourself. Now too, if I ever do it, always pick up. And the thing that off, I still have to wait for the pickup sometimes, and I'm like, you effers, come on. Anyways, Mike, you're number 3.
So this is kind of a deep cut, pretty niche. It's called Four Rivers Barbecue. I'm not sure if that's a chain now, but back in the Disney, there was only really 1 or 2 in Orlando, and the one was in Winter Park. And it was a line every time, but it's a barbecue spot. It's a la carte, so you kind of go through similar to Chipotle, except it's all barbecue food. And I mean,
that line should move pretty fast, though, right? I mean, relatively, is it?
Yeah, but it was just there was always a line, always a line, and then so. Yeah, I think the line did move pretty fast, because they had everything. But, if you got something like burn-ins or something, they were chopping it right there for you. But, yeah. And then I have a buddy that theorized, whose dad was in the restaurant industry, that line was manufactured. That they created that line to make it look like there was a lot of demand where they really didn't need a line, but there was always a line, so I don't know how that would work. But
yeah, I gotta be honest. Barbecue. I would question your buddy's friend or buddy's dad by saying, what do the people that are being paid to be in that line do with the food? Do they just go back and give it to them secretly?
Well, maybe not they're being paid to be in the line, but that the line maybe wasn't necessary in a way, like that they could have maybe moved the line inside somehow, like there was enough space inside.
Oh, okay. So they were just making it a show.
They were making a show out of the line.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I will say, too, with any barbecue restaurant, it is a very first come, first serve meal, right? Because you make all the barbecue all night, and then you're going to serve it until it's gone. So most barbecue places, like, open at 11, and they're donezo by, like, 7 p.m. or 6 p.m., and so it's all, like you said, it's all sort of prep work as you're getting that barbecue ready. I'll say it's one of those things, the more I know about the barbecue like industry, there is no way I would own a barbecue restaurant. That is just so much work, man.
It's a lot of work, and then for people to perceive it as like cheap food.
Yeah, it's just like, I get the barbecue. The perception
is cheap food, yeah.
Like, basically, it's like fast food. Like, people are like, yeah. And it's like the exact opposite of fast food. It is the slowest food ever. Like,
yeah, it takes a long time.
It's, that is some hard work, man, and you just gotta keep on watching over it, smoking it, checking the temperature, coming back, seasoning it, taking it out, like, and then it's so repetitive too. Like after like three go rounds, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, does this ever change? No, it doesn't. I do the same thing every single day. Cool. Like, it's that's rough. But anyways, Mike, my number 2. This is not a pleasant one. Car mechanic. Car mechanic. Even when I drop off the car, Mike, I know I'm going to have to wait. When I get there and they say, hey, your car's ready, I know it's going to take like 30 minutes for them to get through other paperwork, talk to other people, go through and be, oh, your car, yeah, hold on, they're bringing it up. Let me just, they're going to bring it around real quick. This will just be a second. And you're like, there's 3 dudes in there, and there's 2 cars. Just let me walk to my car. Like, and then most of the time they got to go through crap with you. Hold on, let me explain this. This is what I don't care.
Everything's wrong with your car. Everything.
Yeah. every single part has broken.
Everything is wrong with your car. So we can do this for $20,000 if you want.
Well, I was about to say, let me explain each part and then give you and say, hey, it's your choice. You can have it broken or you can have it fixed.
Shout out to Dane Cook. There's a tiny unicorn in your gas tank jumping around poking holes.
You don't say. That tiny that son of a bee. That son of a bee.
That's funny. I waited 2.5 hours for 2 tires. I bought 2 new tires for my car over the weekend, Doc G, and I waited 2.5 hours for that.
And that's the thing, Mike. You can't do anything about it. Like,
you can't. No. I had to wait. I did have my wife come out and pick me up. For her to only be there for like 30 minutes. We went down the street. But I will say, hey, shout out to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. 15 minutes in and out oil change.
That's nice.
I did that yesterday.
That's nice. See, I usually like, if I'm getting something done to the car, I do like to stay because they generally will do it faster if you stay. So unless like I definitely need to get other things done in between, I'm going to stay and just stare at them the whole time and be like, is it ready? Is it ready? Is it ready? And eventually, they're texting the guys in the back like, would you hurry up? This freaking me out here. Like, Anyways, Mike, my number 1 also.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
did I give you my number 2?
No, I didn't. Sorry, you were just jumping in on the car mechanic.
We're excited. My number 2, all of mine are pleasant, by the way. I didn't want to give any.
I love it.
I don't want to wait.
Bring in the positivity, Mike. I'm being a negative Nancy.
So, Doc G, my number 2, In-N-Out Burger.
No, you turd.
Yeah.
You turd. I will wait. I'll wait. Every time I've gone, I've waited. So
when we decide on In-N-Out, we've decided to wait in line, and we've accepted it.
Yeah.
But we know that the
no, it's like Fuddruckers. You want to wait, man. You made the decision. It's happy.
We're committed.
You see people coming out with their food and their little paper trays, and you're like, oh.
Animal style on everything. Nice.
Exactly. You see the
milkshake
people
too? Crazy.
that know the secret menu, that they've got the sauce over everything, and you're just like, I see it. Yeah. No, and it's like you said, it's going to be long. I mean, I could have put this one on there too, Mike, as sort of a semi-positive. It's along the same lines, except it's a lower quality burger. Let's not even front. Wendy's. Back in the day, Wendy's, like, it would be like my late night go-to, sadly, because it'd be the only thing open. And so it'd be like 1 a.m, and I would go to the Wendy's in Southside in Jacksonville. And I'm calling you out, Southside Wendy's.
Jeez.
And there would be a 50-car lineup at that window, and I'd be like, is everybody in Jacksonville getting Wendy's? Why are there so many people? It's 1 a.m. Like, what is going on? But that's the thing, is I got in the line, I'm like, I've committed. All right, I'm gonna say. Now mine, again, I was making bad decisions. It was 1 a.m. There was no happiness, Mike.
Yeah.
It was all sadness in that line of just, oh God, this is a bad decision. I'm gonna wake up with heartburn. I'm gonna feel greasy. I'm gonna need to take a shower after this. Yours was happy. It was, hey, we're on vacation. Hey, now it's not vacation because you got a in and out there in Vegas, obviously, but
it's still a small vacation. It's a tiny vacation.
Mini vacation. Okay, Mike, my number one, another negative. I'm being negative Nancy. I apologize. Post office.
Yeah.
Post office, Mike. Now, I don't have to go to the post office much. Usually when I go to the post office, it's because of a package that I was not at home for, that they forced to sign for. And, I don't get a, missed delivery. They're just like, hey, we took your thing to the post office. Like, dude, I would have signed the thing to tell you to leave it at my front door. Come on, man. Nah, they just take it right back. And I hate that, Mike, because that line at my post office, I know, not an exaggeration, I know I'm going to have to wait at least an hour.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous, Mike.
Yeah. They got 2 people working. It's
and they look like tough. The most depressed people on the planet, which I would be too. I get it. But the last time, not exaggeration, Mike, I went to pick up something. Now, granted, it had been a while. They delivered it. They sent it back. It had been I think 8 days. But they're supposed to hold it for 15, which they did hold it for 15. But I went there at 8. Waited forever, finally got there. I was like, hey, you got this package for me. They went back there, not an exaggeration, 20 minutes. They were looking for my package and then came out and said, hey, we can't find it.
What?
Can you write your phone number down here? And I was like, yeah. They're like, okay, we'll give you a call when we find it. Did they call me, Mike? No, they never called me. And then they sent it back to the sender after 15 days.
Girl, come on.
And I was like, worthless. And I knew I had to, I had to go, I should have just bypassed that, Mike, and just let them send it back in general. Just, Mike, that's
post office, it's inevitable.
That's what started it, Mike. That's what started. Mike, you're number one.
My number one, another pleasant one. Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World. I will wait for the Haunted Mansion. I don't care if it's 3 hours. It's actually not a bad wait. I mean, you're waiting inside of a haunted house. It's kind of cool, actually.
I thought a little bit about that, Mike. I thought about any sort of amusement ride. But honestly, there's not many amusement rides that I would wait for.
Yeah.
I thought maybe back in the day when I was going to some a good amount of water slide parks, I would wait for water slides. you know, because that's a pretty fun one, you know.
For sure.
I'm not big into getting scared, Mike, so
yeah.
I would not wait in that line. But
you know, I'm a fan of houses, house tours, you know.
That's the main thing. Guys, did you see the overlay on that door frame?
I like what they did with the place.
That is nice. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
I mean, there's a graveyard inside of the house.
This is Architectural Digest
yeah.
highlight here, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, good top 3, Mike. Mike, we're going next week to top 3 places we would stop for a pee break, right?
Yes.
Okay, listeners.
Yes.
Next week, top 3 places. When you are on a road trip, where are you stopping to pee? I've already got it, Mike.
Sweet.
I've got them locked and loaded right up here because they don't change, and I'm looking out for them every time. Okay, Mike, 2 birthday suits left. One actress I'm pretty confident on. The other actress, not so much. Which one you want first?
Not so much.
Okay. Born on July 30th, 1974 in Lincoln, Nebraska. Her first breakthrough role was the next Karate Kid, a.k.a. Karate Kid 4. She then went on to Boys Don't Cry in 1999. Then she hit her height of popularity hit, I would say, with the movie $1 Million Baby, Clint Eastwood's movie about a female boxer in 2004. In 2005, she was named as one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine. She's been in a whole bunch of other movies like Freedom Riders, The Resident, The Homesman, Logan Lucky, The Hunt, and many more. Name that birthday suit wearer.
Is the last name Ali?
No.
No, it's not Muhammad Ali's daughter that was in that movie. Okay, no, I have no idea.
I'll give you the, maybe something will jog loose here. HS. Let's see if you've heard this name. Hilary Swank.
Oh, yeah, yes. Hilary Swank, of course.
There you go. She was in the not very popular Karate Kid 4, Mike. That was all after old Russo left. You know, he got too old. He was like 38 by that time, and so they were like, "We're going to bring in a lady."
Oh God,
you know, Mike. This one I'm pretty sure you got. Here you go. Born on July 30th, 1960. Wait, that's not right. Huh? Hold on. I mean, not that it matters, but let me just check this out real quick. Yep. Okay. Born on July 30th, 1963. In Los Angeles, California. Her big break was when she was cast as Phoebe on Friends, which went on to be at the time the biggest sitcom in the world. She's also starred in multiple movies. Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion, Easy A. Name that birthday suit wearer.
Why is her name not coming to me?
You want the initials?
Yeah.
LK. Girl, come on. You know it, Mike.
Lisa. Kudrow.
There it is. There it is. Nicely done, Mike. Nicely done. Lisa Kudrow, turning 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
60.
Yeah, the crazy part is, Mike, I was just talking about this the other day. That's not... No, sorry, not 60. 62, Mike. She's turning 62. Yeah. The crazy part is, Mike, think about that. The last year of Friends, she was getting ready to turn 42. Like, there's a little bit of, I guess it wouldn't be movie magic, but TV magic there, because like in the actual show Friends, they celebrate their 30th birthday like in I think it's the 6th season or 7th season. I'm like, yeah, right. Dream. She wishes. She wishes, Lisa Kudrow and Courtney Cox, they were the old folks of the bunch. They were like 5-6 years older than everybody else. Jennifer Aniston's like, I think 6 years younger than Lisa Kudrow, and so is Matt LeBlanc. And I think, what's his face that plays Ross? He's somewhere in the middle, I do believe. But anyways, happy birthday to Lisa Kudrow. Also, Mike, if you didn't know, she was big into the old improv before she got on Friends.
Okay.
Yeah, she was real good friends with Conan before she got famous. They were at the same improv troupe, and they were really close pals until both of them, of course, hit it really big. But anyways, Mike, we need to wrap up the show for this week. We have fantastic guests. Trust me, listeners. We got all kinds of great guests in the pipeline. Next week, we've got the fantastic Jimmy Brown from UB40 coming back on the show. This is his second time on the show, if you're keeping track. Can't wait to talk to Jimmy again. It's going to be fantastic. They're touring around the country. But until then, we need to wrap it up. I've been your host, Doc G. With me, as always, the one, the only, Mike. What was I? I paused on Mike. Sorry about that. 2 screw-ups here. Anyways, with me, as always, the one, Mikey Maximus, the Fernicus Charette.
Always a pleasure, Doc G. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And until next week, zip it up and zip it out.
Zippity-doo-dah.